I'm Tracy Lawrence, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome to your Hometown News. I'm April Frelke with my co-host Craig Hoffman. Many of you heard of a TED Talk, and some might even have seen a few. TED began in 1984 as a conference where technology, entertainment, and design converged, and today covers almost all topics from science to business to global issues in more than 100 languages. Well, meanwhile, independently run TEDx events help share ideas in communities around the world. Our first guest has joined the ranks of the few who have given a TEDx presentation. So please welcome to our program, Wendy Babcock. Wendy, welcome. So glad you could join Craig and I.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite.
Well, welcome to the program, Wendy.
Hi.
Let's start by you talking about your experience with TEDx.
It was a pretty crazy journey, to be honest. I mean, you go through this whole interview process, you fill out an application, and then you wait. It's kind of a nail biter, waiting to see what they think. I actually got turned down the first time I applied, which it happens a lot. It's kind of hard to get a TEDx. So I waited a while, applied for another one, and you wait again, nail biter, and you made it through to round 2. So I go in for an actual in-person interview, and I don't remember.
Where did you physically go?
Fond du Lac.
Okay.
So it was TEDx Fond du Lac is the one I had applied to.
Okay.
And they do more interview, deep dive into what you want to talk about. I didn't even have a talk yet, which is probably a good thing because you're assigned a coach who helps you develop the best talk possible. It's still all your own thoughts and words, but you have someone coaching you to help you have a better performance on stage. So it was a pretty unique experience. I'd say even being a speaker, this was a different ballgame, because usually when I speak, I work off of roughly an outline, and I know what I'm going to say. I have different stories I can throw in there, depending on the audience I'm speaking to. This is more memorized, so I had to learn a memorization technique that actually was like my best friend. And I wish I could remember the book that I read it in, but it's essentially assigning paragraphs of my talk to rooms in my house. So it's like you assign, so in one room I would start out and I would, memorize that paragraph, and then you walk through a place that's very familiar. And so then now when I'm in this next room, I know exactly what my next paragraph is about. And so if I ever got stuck, I did, okay, what room am I in my mind, so I could just go through it a lot easier.
How long was your TEDx talk? Like, how long were you on stage talking with your presentation?
Well, that's kind of funny because you're allowed up to 18 minutes, and at home practicing, I was at around 15 minutes. I think my talk came out to not even 13 minutes, and I didn't feel like I was going fast, so I don't know if I had forgotten something, but it turned out okay.
Well, you did an amazing job with your talk.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about the talk.
Okay.
So what is the Kindness Bucket Brigade?
So the Kindness Bucket Brigade came about on social media, where I had seen a young girl being bullied. And throughout all of the comments that were on this post, a friend of mine just commented something kind and just said, hey, I understand what you're going through. I sympathize, and just left this really understanding comment. And I just thought in that moment, wow, if more of us could do that, maybe we could actually stop some online bullying. And so I created this Facebook group. And of course, Facebook groups, it's hard to get people to join. So I had this this big number in my head, if I can get 100 people in this group, maybe we can make a difference. And apparently it was a good idea, because within 2 hours, I had 100 people in that group. Day 4 was 1,000, and now it's over 7,200 people in the group. And the idea is, when you see somebody being bullied on social media, you comment with kindness. We don't address the bullies because, you can't fight hate.
You're now in a fight.
Yeah, you stoke it. That's what it is. That's what they're looking for, is that attention. And so I leave a comment. I tag in a member of the group. They see their name is tagged. They come in and make a comment, tag somebody else. So it's a bucket brigade of kindness so that we can drown out the hate. And that's basically all it is.
Yeah, how cool is that?
That's amazing. Yeah. Wendy, when you were doing, so that was your topic at TEDx?
Yes.
Was the Bucket Brigade?
Yes.
What inspired you, was that what inspired you to even apply to TEDx? What was your inspiration behind this whole adventure?
Well, it's a couple things, actually. I have every one of her books, and she started out on a TEDx. And so I've always known about TEDx, but I didn't realize how close to home they were for me. And I'm not really sure what even got me to think about doing a TEDx, but just kind of researching in Wisconsin, and there's quite a few in our state that hold them in Milwaukee, Fond du Lac, there's different areas. And I just thought, well, you know, maybe if I have a good idea someday, maybe I'll apply. And then when the Kindness Bucket Brigade kind of took me from left field, because I wasn't expecting it to become what it was, I'm like, there's something to this, you know. I think maybe it's an idea that TEDx would like to hear about, and so that's why I applied.
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you for applying. I mean, that stuff needed to be said, and what you said was quite, like, moving. And
thank you.
It's like when you talk about, like, the bystander effect and all this other stuff too. It's like we are so powerful, and when we hold back our feelings and we don't show that support, I mean, we become meaningless. So it's,
and being someone, obviously, I started out my talk with my best friend went through bullying in junior high. And she actually, her parents pulled her out of our school because she'd been bullied so much. And so that was really hard for me to now be left in this school when my best friend's gone because of all the bullying. So, I mean, I had personal experiences with it and having that pause. You know, you want to stand up and do the right thing, but then you're afraid it's going to come back on you. So I understand why the bystander effect is there, but I really want to focus on reversing it so people feel more confident to stand up.
And well, you took a big step.
Yeah. So Wendy, where are you at now with your business, or what's going on with you now?
Well, I'm still doing speaking, but of course with the pandemic, all events came to a grinding halt unless they were virtual. And what I found was, even though I was speaking virtually, I had to do a lot of networking virtually. And so I really struggled with networking virtually. I felt like it was superficial. Like I wasn't showing up as me, because I am kind of a goofball. I like to joke around. I'm silly. I just like to have a lot of fun. And I wasn't showing up that way. And I'm like, well, how can I show who I am if I'm just kind of being this, like, I always call it an entrepreneur in a box, trying to be this person the other person wants to see. And so I thought, you know, I came up with the idea of asking these, it seems silly, but asking icebreaker questions, just silly icebreaker questions that helps people let their wall down. And so I created a list of these icebreaker questions, and I actually designed a journal, and I started selling the journal so people could learn the method. It's called Slam Networking, track their networking, and figure out if their networking is bringing them some return on their investment of these networking companies we all join. And that turned into a community, so now I have my own networking company. We all meet on Mondays at 4 o'clock. We call them happy hours because it is letting loose. It's like kicking your shoes off after work and meeting people as exactly who they are. And then it's more focused networking, because now we can refer one another to truly our ideal clients because we know each other better. So that's developed. So my business really took a different turn throughout the pandemic. So now I became kind of this upcoming kind of networking expert. I'm not there yet, but I mean, that's
You're working on it.
That's what I'm working towards. So that,
And we've got about less than a minute now. And tell us about, you have a big event coming up.
Yes.
Before we let you go.
Okay, so I have the Profit Up Summit coming up. There's 9 live speakers, and then 5 we have on a VIP, they're pre-recorded VIP speaker stage. It's for entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and small business owners who need to learn those foundational skills to really level up their business. You know, we have to kind of DIY ourselves when we're starting out. And so this is a way to give them all the tools they need to bring their profits up so they can pay the experts to help them. And I cover the networking aspect of it.
Great. Thanks so much. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Catering for the cast and crew has been provided by the Strike Zone and Pizzones in Toma. Wasn't that some amazing chicken we had today?
We had excellent chicken wings. Wow. Delicious.
Yeah, great food and fun for the whole family. Next with midwife, Emily Walden. But first, we want to thank our sponsors.
Your hometown news is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, The Fun Company Game Room Store, and the Little Cottage Home Decor and more in New Lisbon.
It's been a long day.
Mom, what's for dinner?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I really don't feel like cooking, so...
Croissants!
The best pizza. Look at that crust and cheese.
Amazing burgers and steaks, just the way I like it. Food the whole family loves. That's our specialty. And don't forget, 12 lanes of bowling fun and a huge game room. Rain or shine, always a great time. Strike Zone at Pizzone's in Toma. Hardware Hank knows you have projects. Lots of important projects. From paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
At Toma Health, we're committed to compassionate hospice and palliative care.
My name is Larry Schmidt. Hospice Touch helped me take care of my wife, and how they treated us was all about getting the most out of life and being the most comfortable you could be. You could tell the experience and just the personal touch, but really the empathetic care. Don't know what I would have done without that kind of help.
Toma Health offers hospice and palliative care close to home.
You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Well, welcome back. We're glad that you're with us. Our next guest is a certified nurse midwife and has been a member of the Mile Bluff team since 2020. She provides midwifery care and women's health services at Mile Bluff Clinic in Mauston and New Lisbon. She also provides pregnancy care and delivery services to expecting mothers and helps women of all ages as a primary care provider. So please welcome to our program, Emily Walden. Emily, what a great, I'm so excited just to have this time with you.
Yeah.
And I think of midwife and I think of all these myths. Can you tell our viewers, our audience, what is a midwife and what is it not? Let's break some of those myths for us.
Yeah, April, there's so many.
There probably is a lot.
I get things from, do you deliver babies in the home? Yes, there are some midwives who do that, but that is not me. I'm a hospital-based midwife. Then I get, do you use modern medicine? Can I have an epidural if I come see you? Or my favorite is when I have an older lady who comes to see me and she says, I don't need that anymore. I'm not going to have any babies. And so I don't just deliver babies. So there's a lot of myths.
Okay.
Some of the other ones are, do you accept insurance? Are you even covered? Are you even a licensed provider? Are you some witch doctor or?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Are you in a basement with a metal tub and, strips of cloth? I just, think the whole entertainment business has really portrayed midwives as some kind of secret, out in the... Anyway, so you're with the Mile Bluff medical team. You are hired by this hospital.
Yes.
You're working in a hospital. Mm-hmm. What's it been like for you, Emily? And maybe tell us a little bit about what your services are.
Yes. So I think I'm a little biased. I think I have the dream job.
Aww.
I absolutely love what I do. And it's also a really great privilege to be the first certified nurse midwife in Juneau County at Mile Bluff. And also to be the first international board certified lactation consultant midwife.
Congratulations.
There too. Yeah. So there's been a lot of different changes and there's been some really great things things that I've been able to integrate with our team, our doctors, our PAs, our nurses. It's just an amazing way to kind of meld everybody together and just midwife them. And come alongside them and really enhance the team that we have and all the services that we now provide.
How many babies have you delivered since you've been with Mile Bluff?
Ooh, well, so this year, from my patients, I've been about 55 so far. So from January to now, 55 have come into these hands. Yes.
Yeah.
We had our first water baby, so we just had a water birth last weekend, a little mermaid. So it's been awesome. It's been an amazing journey.
What is? I'm listening to you, and you can feel the energy, like your passion.
Yeah.
What is like the biggest part of your service with working with women as a healthcare provider in your role? What's like?
So the word midwife actually means to be with woman. And so,
is that what it means? To be with woman?
To be with woman throughout all stages of her life. So that's whether she just got her period and she is now trying to figure out and navigate health choices for herself, or if she needs contraceptive care, or if she's going through a depressive, sad time in her life and needs some medication or even just someone to talk to. Whether it's somebody who's having a baby or getting married or going off to college, having a sports physical, or if they're going through menopause or perimenopausal, or if they think they have, some type of ailment and they're just curious about their body. It's a great way to just come and talk and to advocate for themselves. So the word midwife is just meaning to come alongside you, no matter where you are in the stages of your life, and to advocate and empower you as a woman to make the choices for you and your body. Isn't that cool?
That is very powerful and impacting, because a woman's life is just so filled. There's so many parts of your body and changes that it's never not changing. I feel like it's just
right. Yeah. And you as a woman, you know your body best, right? So I'm just here to offer suggestions and tell you your options, so that this way you can feel empowered to say, oh, okay, I want to do that.
Sounds like you've really built like a relationship with your patients.
Yeah, so the midwifery care model is really based on compassion, personalized care. So really connecting. And again, we're with the woman throughout all stages. I've only been there for just under 2 years, but I've been able to see now people who are going, graduating college, and now they're getting married, and now they're having their first baby. So it's just absolutely amazing.
When you, we have the celebrations coming up, October 3rd and the 9th is called National Midwifery Week.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And midwives for every community. Are you celebrating that at the hospital, or what's happening with that recognition?
Mauston actually designated Midwifery Week for the first week of October. ACNM is our accrediting body for certified nurse midwives. It's the American College of Nurse Midwives. And so that's what they had come up with to celebrate midwives all over the United States, and how about 10% of the United States babies that are born every year are born into the hands of midwives, certified nurse midwives. And so it's just a great week to just celebrate the fact that women need midwives and we have access to care.
Yes.
It's a great week.
I feel like right now it's just even awareness. Like when you even explain what that word midwife means, I'm just sitting here like,
a lot of people don't know.
How powerful just to be responsible for your own health, but work with someone with your expertise to get there. Yeah. So Emily, if someone's interested in seeking out your care and they'd like to be a patient, or for your services, how would our viewers get in touch with you or to try to make those kinds of connections?
Yeah, so they can actually call the Mile Bluff main line, and they can call and just say, I'd like to schedule an appointment with the midwife. I'm the only one there, so you can't miss
It's only
me.
you. Are you Dr. Walden?
No, I'm not a doctor. I tell my patients I am not a doctor. I am technically a nurse practitioner, but I'm a certified nurse midwife, so I was a nurse first.
Okay.
And then I went to advanced nurse practitioner school, and I became a midwife. So I'm able to full prescription authority.
Okay.
I'm able to manage women's care, newborn care for the first month of the newborn's life. Really good stuff.
And lactation is the breastfeeding part, so you're probably the in-house expert on that.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's great.
So you are accepting new patients right now, and have delivered almost over 50 babies.
Yeah.
And so what do you like best about Juneau County?
I absolutely love the community. I think that it really just, it's great to go into a place and my kids come home from school and they say, Mom, you delivered so-and-so's baby's sister, or, you know, Mom, you know, the principal knows you, or Mom, the school nurse knows who you are. So it's just to be loved and to be in that community and then to give back as service to the community, I think is my absolute most favorite. And of course, I mean, just all of the trees are starting to turn now, and just the bluffs and everything.
Yeah, just the physical. Juneau County is a very beautiful area. Yeah. Well, congratulations on all of your certifications and your week of celebration.
Yeah.
And so Mile Bluff Medical Center is how they can, Emily Walden, right?
Yeah.
And just call and schedule appointment.
Yep. Water birth. We have our excellent family medicine physicians. We have the PAs. There's wonderful nursing staff, of course, there. People look at our community or our hospital as small, but we have so many different things, and we have such a great team, and we all work so well together. I told you that I'm not a physician, right? So I'm not a surgeon. So if someone needs a C-section, I work very well with the family medicine physicians who do C-sections. Or if someone needs higher level of care, you know, they become high risk or they need to be transferred. We work with other members in the community for transfer. We work very well with each other. So it's really great to just be a part of the team and just to be another venue of healthcare for them.
Emily, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, T-Town Nutrition is next. Stay tuned.
At Toma Health, we're committed to compassionate hospice and palliative care.
My name is Larry Schmidt. Hospice Touch helped me take care of my wife, and how they treated us was all about getting the most out of life and being the most comfortable you could be. You could tell the experience and just the personal touch, but really the empathetic care. Don't know what I would have done without that kind of help.
Toma Health offers hospice and palliative care close to home.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
It's been a long day.
Mom, what's for dinner? Yeah, I'm hungry.
I really don't feel like cooking, so...
the best pizza. Look at that crust and cheese. Amazing burgers and steaks. Just the way I like it. Food the whole family loves. That's our specialty. And don't forget, 12 lanes of bowling fun and a huge game room. Rain or shine, always a great time. Strike Zone and Pizzone's in Toma.
What's the more in the Little Cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the Little Cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage home decor and more, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome back, and it's time for an update in our community. The owner of T-Town Nutrition, Miranda Zelley, was supposed to be with us this evening, but is unable to make it. But Craig and I are going to talk a little bit about T-Town Nutrition. Craig, you are a resident here in Toma.
Yes.
What is T-Town Nutrition?
T-Town Nutrition is like a great resource for the community. Part of the hype of the workout is the pre-workout and the post-workout. And T-Town offers multiple variations of pre-workout, post-workout, teas, anything to the community. And it's a great, Miranda does a great job offering the shakes. And if you haven't followed T-Town Nutrition, do so, because she's one of the...
Follow her on Facebook?
Follow her on Facebook, because she's one of the more positive people that you'll ever meet. She always goes live, and she comes up and she always says, like, good morning from T-Town Nutrition, and it's just,
Also, she's really positive and encouraging, motivating you to get out, exercise, your nutrition. What does she sell in her store?
She sells teas, shakes, smoothies.
Okay.
You can pretty much get anything. She features certain ones throughout the week. And she
certain brands, maybe.
Yeah, she does a great job there. And
can you like go and order? Could I walk in the store and order like a chocolate protein and walk out with a physical, like I can just drink it, or am I just going to buy the powder to make it at my house?
You can get either or. You can go there and she'll make the shake for you. And the coolest thing about her shakes or smoothies, and one of the coolest things, I mean, they're great shakes and everything, but she has this amazing lid that she puts on the top of it. So if you're driving in your car,
lid, Craig.
It is.
A lid.
No, but it's the most ingenious invention like ever. You just poke your straw in it, and then you don't, like, I got my front seat's full of like pre-workout shakes and
yeah, we know you work out. We know Craig works out.
No, like stuff that it spills. I mean, you just stick it right in there, and you got the lid itself is just a plastic cover. You stick the straw in, but it's ingenious. But that's, she does a great, she makes great shakes. You can get order. You can come there, you can get your pre-workout shake. You can go to the gym and work out for an hour and a half and cut your post-workout.
But you can buy your mixes there too, and make to go home to make a workout shake or a drink or a tea, like a hot tea, right? Cold teas.
Hot tea, cold tea.
And you said she's been there for a year?
Yes, she has her 1 year anniversary. I think it's October 22nd.
Okay.
So she'll probably be running some specials.
Does T-Town stand for Toma Town or?
I'm assuming so. That would be
right.
Yeah, T-Town. It's
T-Town Nutrition.
T-Town Nutrition. It's downtown Superior Avenue.
Okay, yeah. Physically, where is it at?
Downtown Superior Avenue. It's got huge signs and flags out there, and she's often outside.
Do you think she sells like even nutrition bars, like protein bars and stuff like that?
Yeah, she does.
All that kind of nutritional
alternatives. I mean, she sells shakes. I want to say there's even like cookies and stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like, but she does a great service. So it's a great business. Stop down and see her.
And then follow her on Facebook.
Yeah,
so
and then
is it T-Town Nutrition?
Yeah.
Just on Facebook, Miranda Kelly.
Miranda Zelley. Yep.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us and our guests this evening, for joining us on your Hometown News, where we're connecting, Craig, you to the community.